Hello everyone. All right, this setup looks a little bit different, I know. So happy new moon in Capricorn. It feels weird to say that with everything happening in the world, but here we are, and we are channeling this energy to find out the message that we need for the full moon. Now, years ago when I did this video, some people didn't understand it, right? And I did it a little bit in a different way, but this video is a little bit different, right? So these are traditional tarot cards, okay? There's 5 of them. And I wanted to pick 5 because we're going into a 5-year when it's the Lunar New Year on the 12th of February. And today's the 12th of January, so I thought that was interesting. So this is a new moon, okay? And it's to set new intentions, new goals, all of that, right? So back to what I was saying, these cards relate to the cards in a row right here. So if you're picking based on the items that are on the oracle cards, and we'll get to that soon, but whatever, draws your attention. Now, I like to shout out the cards I'm using. So this is the Robin Wood Tarot. You can see it there, so I can just get that out of the way. This is the traditional Rider-Waite, tarot deck. This is Cosmic Tarot. This is my own deck that I created, Lily Sky Tarot deck. And I created these decks back in 2013. Let me see, I have it on the box here. Yeah, 2013. And then this deck right here is the Universal Tarot deck, okay? And then Marseille, I don't want to pronounce that wrong. And then these are my oracle cards that I created myself. This is Angel Prayers, okay, so I can move that. This is the Archangel Michael oracle deck. This is the Psychic Tarot deck. And story time. This is the New Orleans Tarot deck, and when we went to New Orleans a few years ago, I bought this pyrite there, a heart-shaped one. That's pretty cool. And this one is made in Peru, so I thought it was cool because one of my besties is from Peru. So, all right, so let's get to it. So. All right, so what I want you guys to do is just to, set your intention for this new moon. What is your goal for this new moon? If you don't have one, that's fine. It might reveal itself during the reading, or maybe you just want to vibe on getting the message that you need to know. The Virgo in me is too much. Like, it's really too much. I'm trying to perfect everything. All right. It makes it hard to get things done sometimes. All right. So now let's talk about the cards. On the chakra cards, I have the carnelian, and this one is great for the sacral chakra, okay? So on my other channel, I talk more about the chakras, but I think it's very important, even for this channel. So this stone is associated with the sacral chakra, and you can tap into this energy for, self-love, healing past relationships, right? It's restoring. This stone gives courage. It promotes positive life choices, especially when it comes to love partners, and healing from any womb issues, for women or even for men. So reproductive and all of that, okay? And just giving that motivation and that feeling of success when it comes to healing our body, right? The motivation, the words that we say to ourselves to heal our body, and stimulates creativity, vitality. I could go on and on. Now, for these cards, the Healing Angel cards, I put 3 pennies on there. I debated with putting it on St. Michael or the New Orleans Tarot, but I just vibe with it. So there's 3 pennies here. I was going to put 1, but I wanted to put 3. So if that vibes with you, this is the healing cards. Now this is the Michael, Archangel Michael. This is the Eye of God, or the protection eye, the evil eye. So I put that one there. Here's another Cornelian, and I like this one. I like how this is so pretty. And it fits right in your hand to hold, to meditate. I like how it has this marking here. It looks like the womb, or the entrance of the womb. And it looks like outer space or something. It just looks really cool. Or an eye. Kind of like, it reminds me of the eye of God, or the evil eye. It protects against the evil eye. That's why they call it the evil eye, in case you don't know. And then this is, the little dots here remind me of constellations. So I thought it was pretty cool. And then, of course, you know about the pyrite. Now, the pyrite, and I'll go back to the copper. I forgot to talk about the copper. The pyrite is very grounding. It's a protection stone. It's shielding, protects against all forms of negativity and negative vibrations, negative energies. And it works on your physical body, etheric and emotional levels, right? And it's just very powerful protection stone. You can use it to ground you. It's also prosperity as well, okay? And it inspires you when you're working with universal energy. I think it's also good for astral travel too, if you want to use it for that, along with any kind of meteor type of stones, right? Like that. Now, the back to the copper, okay? The copper is makes the pennies, right? Let's just vibe with that, because the old-fashioned way of doing it was made out of copper. It's not that much copper in it anyway. But this is the healing, the angel prayers stone, and this one is more like prosperity, money, okay? If you're vibing with money, right? Money issues. And the copper spiritually is self-healing, it's happiness, it's independence, and it's optimism. So you need to feel that way and break down any kind of money blockages, right? Of course, the sacral chakra, you know, and any chakras really. Prosperity, money, healing that, cutting negative cords when it comes to money, protection, Archangel Michael, the psychic tarot. I believe this one's a psychic tarot. And I put the carnelian there again, right? So if you feel like you more vibe with, you know, connecting more psychically, becoming more spiritual, that could be one. You could vibe with two or one. And of course, if you connect with the Orishas, hoodoo, voodoo, African ancestors, and the pyrite and the energy that the pyrite represents, okay, of grounding, protection on all levels, okay, removing negative vibrations, and really understanding, connecting with your ancestors and understanding that. So whatever you vibe with, you know, whoever's watching this now, you might be on your spiritual journey just starting. So hopefully whatever you vibe with. I know this is a long introduction, but I wanted to do this for future videos on the full moon and new moon. I will be, you know, doing it this way. So let's set your intention. You can pause the video right now to set that intention. And some of these cards I don't use a lot, so I'll just, you know, do my best to vibe with them, especially this one and this one. I don't use it that much. I used to, and then I stopped with, you know, this one, but love it, love it. So pick the one that you vibe with. And I might adjust the camera, but we'll see. Okay, I did adjust the camera. TV magic. All right. So, and I'll come on here and do them live. I just don't like live when people comment and, you know, like negative stuff. So that's why I don't go live. But if you guys want me to go live, I mean, I don't care if they do or not. But, you know, if you guys want it live, then, you know, you got to comment. So let's set that intention for the new moon in Capricorn reading. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let me shuffle. What's the message that everyone, we're setting that intention for all of this, even though even if I don't say it for each pile, repeating, okay? What message does this pile need to know? And this card will help give more clarity to this one. All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay. And I want to say we have the oracle reading, not oracle, but horoscope, I meant to say reading. So make sure you guys watch that other video, okay? So when I upload it today, Wheel of Fortune, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune message, if you are on pile number 1, is going to be a message of realizing the different levels that we go through in life, the different emotions. Let's focus on the emotions, okay? We go through different emotions, different experiences, and we have to remember that. And we have to ask ourselves, you know, what's our personal vision of ourselves, right? Sometimes we have to just pause and think about that. Maybe this message is for you. You know, what's your destiny? Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to go? What karmas are you going through right now? Okay? What is your ultimate destiny? So allow yourself to really see where you are right now and realize, you know, are you prospering or are you going to fall? This card also sends a message of the rich becoming poor and the poor becoming rich. So there's some kind of change, okay, in your status or in your position or in your fortune. It could represent that. But there's a change that needs to happen or is happening. But it's a great point to really evaluate where you are right now, okay? And I don't want this to fall, so so let's get the chakra cards, okay, that I made. Let's see what chakra cards message we can pull. And we have what? The sacral carnelian. Get out. Get out. That is too weird. Out of all of the cards that could pop up, right? And just to show you guys what the cards look like. Okay, so all the different cards. We have the sacral, okay, and the carnelian, okay? And this card, of course, is about the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra element is water. Of course, the color is orange. And the message is about self-healing, okay? And healing your body, your body's identity. How do you view your body? How do you feel about your physical body that you're in? Give some love to that, right? Think of 2 on the card here as balance, right? Balancing what your mind is thinking about your physical appearance. That could be a message for you, okay? So the first thing we want to think about is the relationship with ourselves. And once our relationship with ourselves is healthy and good, then everything else will be a little bit better. We can see things clearly, our personal relationships and our friendship relationship. The sacral chakra, it is the center for that meridian flow energy in our body, for our emotions, our feelings, right? And it stimulates pleasure. So our sexual energy, our personal relationship and how we express ourselves sexually. And are we comfortable with it? Are we acting out? When we are comfortable with it, we can have this essence and this aura about ourselves. And no one questions it really because we are confident in ourselves. And there'll be some people that will question it, but the noise will be very low because everyone will see that this is your essence, right? You're naturally doing it. You're not acting like someone else. You're truly being authentic and real with yourself. So there's healing that may need to be done, or you might be pulling this because you're confident and you've already worked on this. And it's a reminder that you have actually worked on this second chakra after working on your root chakra, okay? So a very positive message. I'm going to leave that right there. That one kind of nailed it, okay? So if you are on 2, let's see. And what I want to say is the video isn't out yet, but I pulled one card for the astrology reading, and it's the Hanged Man, and I'll talk about that in the next video. But I posted it on the community page on YouTube, and I think I shared it everywhere else too. So group 2 with the pennies here, and the angel prayer cards. What's the message for group 2 on this new moon in Capricorn? We have the heart. We have a broken heart. We have a sad heart. We have a heart that needs communicating, okay? Communication can heal this heart. It's all about how our friendship is, our community is, our love relationship. Is there someone that you're arguing with? This one relates to me, you know, I feel, and I wasn't setting it for my intention, but it speaks to me as well. And so does the sacral. I mean, all of these could speak to us on some level. And I didn't even pick one, so I should have secretly picked one. But this is really powerful because it deals with a broken heart. And however we got to this stage, it's about understanding how we got there, why we're there, and how to heal it. And sometimes the work is for us to do, to heal ourselves, but not to heal that other person. That's their journey. So make sure that we don't take in that anger and we work on ourselves, okay? So let's put these pennies here and let's see what these angel cards have to say, because I do believe that we have a strong connection to God, to angels, to our ancestors, the Creator, and we are gods within ourselves, so we can make those positive changes that we need to make, right, in the most positive way. So what's the message? What can we add to this 3 of Swords? We can add manifesting miracles, Archangel Arion, okay? I hope I say that right. Thank you, Arion, for manifesting your miracles in my life. And I really love the art of this card. So if this one speaks to you, okay, let me know, because this angel, I'm going to tell you more, okay? So this angel is asking you, you know, what miracles do you want to manifest? Now, sure, you can pray to an angel, but I strongly believe in knowing what you want and knowing that you have that energy within you to make that change, right? You can vibe on, and the word is vibe or connect to that oneness, okay? And that divine oneness, and manifest what it is that you know. Think of this as Orion's belt, okay? Think of it as the universe. Think of it as all the stars. Maybe from my practicing of earth, working with the earth elements, right? In spiritually, and not just Qigong, even before that, just breathing in the air, which it really is the Chinese way of connecting with the elements around you, the nature around you, and then my ancestors had that practice as well. So, and then practicing and knowing of other tribes and other cultures that did that. And it all made sense. It's like we're all connecting to the earth around us. So think of connecting and grounding to the earth where you are, and reaching up into the universe and pulling in and connecting to that constellation, to the stars there, right? And really trying to find your path. I intuitively feel like if you feel like you need to find your path and guidance, just don't force it. Just know that, you know, that guidance will come to you when you need it. And I feel like this is what it is. And even like people mention shadow work, which is working on your subconscious mind. Carl Jung talked about it, but tribes have been teaching this for thousands of years, where when you reach that adulthood age, or the age of going out and hunting, or before you get married, it's about that spiritual journey that you might sleep in the woods by yourself, or you might go off with the wise person of the village and really do some soul searching, and any kind of childhood pain that you have, you kind of let it go. The subconscious mind, the parts of you that you're walking. Someone said this to me last night, and she's like, some people just walk around on autopilot because their life is so stressed. And man, I'm feeling this message, I'm telling you. And people are on autopilot, and if they can stop for a moment and just meditate and figure out what's going on, they won't be on this autopilot so much. You know, they'll actually, you know, find out what's in their subconscious mind, okay? And really bring it to the surface, the consciousness, and really work through it. And you become so much stronger for that. You know, whatever people have to say that's negative, it doesn't really matter, because they're not helping you anyway. You know, it really doesn't matter. So hopefully that message aligns with you. The third one. I really like this interpretation of the Oracle card deck. So if the Cosmic Tarot deck vibes with you, what does the third group needs to know for their new moon reading? Wow, this one is the moon. Oh man, the moon. I think of the moon, I think of Cancer zodiac sign. Okay, and the moon tarot card, this one is so beautiful. Just like take a moment to look at it. The moon is about direction. You know where you want to go. Or even if you don't know where you want to go, you need to start the journey. Let go of fear. Let go of illusion. Sometimes you're led astray by being told certain things, or to fear this, to fear that. But you don't know, right? But you're feeding into it, and then you can be led astray. But if you decide to walk the path and actually do the research, maybe walk the path and do it, walking the path, going down a path you're seeing for yourself, right? Hopefully not a bad way, but it's more of a positive way, where you are walking the path, you're taking the right steps you need to take, the best of your ability, you know, doing everything that you know that you should do, asking for guidance. This is the thing. There always has to be a meditation. The most powerful people have time to pause, think, meditate, and figure out what they need to know, where they should go. Ask for divine guidance, okay? Use your imagination, your creativity, right? Know where you're going. Take that moment to really see things for what they are, and not the illusion of any matter. Archangel Michael, what can we find out more? Archangel Michael. I like how these cards feel. Oh, okay, that one fell. Okay. Up. I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you. Okay. I don't want to knock the camera. Two of them fell. So the first one, new beginnings and a fresh start, my prayer. Thank you for bringing my opportunities and offering support, and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience these life changes. So whatever life changes that you will be going through, and I really like this card, whatever life changes that you'll be going through, it's a new beginning. It's a fresh start. And this is a new moon, so it is a fresh start. Okay? And know that you are supported. You have the power within you. Don't just pray. Pray in a different way. When you pray, sometimes people have been taught the wrong way to pray. When you're praying, you're not just asking, and you're not commanding. You're feeling that it is already happening. It is done already, right? You're feeling that it's happening already, and you're having a conversation, right? And it's not disrespectful, but it's like, I feel it and I really need it. The other day I saw someone praying and they were like chanting down and calling down for help. And that was really powerful. Okay. God is in charge. Okay. And it took me a long time to start using these cards because I packed them all away. But here we go. So God is in charge. Dear God, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to restore and heal everything and everyone involved. Boom. Yo, this is the message. God is in charge. My prayer, dear God, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith, like you're giving it to God in faith, right? Giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to restore and heal everything and everyone involved. So these two definitely mean a lot to me. I think I'll share it to people I know. So I usually don't share my videos to people I know, but these two cards, very powerful messages right there. I love it. I feel like I should hold it a little bit longer right here. These two. And you guys can always fast forward, but like that's just beautiful. Okay. All right. So Lily Sky. Ooh, that was a pop. All right. What does the fourth row need to know for this new moon in Capricorn? All right. So we have 8 of staves. Get out. 8 of staves. The 8 represents a cycle, but it represents change, okay, in the tarot. And initially, it's like things are going to happen at rapid speed. So it's a warning to be prepared. Do things that you need to do and get prepared for travel, change, and motion. It's creativity, but there's big changes coming. And this new moon is definitely going to let us know about these big changes that is happening. Okay, so definitely know that. The 8 of Wands is also letting you know that there's progress happening, even if it's happening behind the scenes and you might feel frustrated. Don't worry. There's decisions being made. It will seem like sudden changes, but it's been building up. It represents excitement, right? But yes, excitement, but it also is going to be a fire energy and a fire energy of cleansing. And it's going to bring a renewed energy. It definitely has a renewed energy, okay? And once everything starts happening, everything else will start happening in speed. So the important thing is to be prepared, okay? You don't just, hope for, everything will work out fine. There's too much optimism is stupidity. You have to have a balance. Okay, so it's like be prepared. All right, I hope that helps. All right, so let's see what this oracle card has to say. Okay, it has memories of love. All right, so that is cool. So memories of love. So you might be feeling memory of someone. Now look at the picture. You're lighting candles. You're offering it in memory of someone that has maybe passed away. Okay, it could represent that maybe someone recently passed away. And the number 6, I'm only going to say it for the for one definition, meaning 6 means opening path, opening a pathway. So For me, it feels like it represents the person moving on to a better life, a better situation. Okay, that's one interpretation, but it's nostalgia. Okay, remembering your childhood, maybe a happy moment, a memory that you forgot about. Okay, it's like going down memory lane. Okay, I'm going to rest it right here. This card is offering a lot of messages. It's also saying, you know, all these memories coming up, they're about love. And what lessons can you learn from these message of love, right? And these message of love you have for yourself, but you can pass on to someone that you love and care for. That's what I feel, okay? And the 6, you know, it can relate to support that you feel, union, right? And the need for more balance in your emotions and your love, right? And it can also talk about, you know, when we're dwelling on the past, we have to make sure that we heal it and it's inspiring to us. It brings us joy, you know, for then and for now. Another interpretation of 6 is love, family, and our home, the home life, compassion, love. So if you've lost someone, this could be a message that they're in a better place, and the love that you're giving to them, it's in your DNA. I was talking about this last night with someone, you know, if you've lost a parent, your mom, your dad, their DNA is within you. You can tap into that. You can let them know that you love them. They love you, and hoping that they have evolved in that thereafter that they're in, you know, even if they were a good person or they had flaws, that they're healed of that, and that they're looking over you, they're watching over you. So I feel like that is holding on, not to a false memory of someone that you've lost and you've loved, but there's a memory of that. And the person could still be alive and you might be thinking of them, you know, and a fond memory. And, you know, maybe you're doing a cleansing or letting go of a relationship too, or you're just remembering that type of love and wanting that type of love in your life again. If that person has passed away or that relationship cannot be rekindled, it's about you healing yourself and praying and working towards or calling in, attracting after the release and healing a great partner into your life. But I strongly also feel it's the card itself is representing, you know, that memory of someone that you've loved. And it's a beautiful gesture to light a candle for someone, whether you're praying for them or you're lighting their way to a better afterlife, okay? So let's go on to the 5th row, okay? Got to fix that. So I love these cards. They're so pretty, and I think I saw them in a show too. So I really love the design on them. So let's tap into this one. What's the message for the 5th row? All right, it's going to take me a hot minute to I don't even play with these cards. So 2, this looks like 2 of Swords, yes. 2 of Swords, check it out. This is so beautiful. The 2, of course, is duality. It represents balance. But when you talk about duality, a lot of times people don't allow themselves to think both ways as to work things out. You can firmly think one way about something, but remember duality of a situation. Sometimes something is not just one way, and it takes a calm, cool head to really work things out, right? So these are the choices that we make, right? And the choices we make, they're very powerful. I'm just going to rest it right there. This can also mean that there's a situation, right, that needs further action, or it needs more progress to be made, right? It needs to be completed by not just you, by someone else. So it takes 2 different people or 2 different groups to make something, you know, work. It seems impossible. right? But it's this situation, it needs that action. It needs more work to it. And it may seem impossible, but it can be done, right? And there is some form of reasoning that needs to happen. I got cut off, so I had to come back on. Okay, so there is a need for you to not just see things with your eyes, because in this card, the person is blindfolded, right? So there's a decision that needs to be made. It's a difficult choice, right? You may feel like you are stuck in the middle of something, right? And it might feel heavy. It might feel dense. And you may feel like there's not enough information for you to make a decision. But this is where you have to trust your other senses, not just your eyes. Okay? And remember that you're going through a phase, because there is a crescent moon in this picture. So let me tell you what that is. I believe, if I'm correct, it's a waxing moon. So you're growing. It's growing brighter, right? Because I think in the card, the right side of the moon is brighter in the other tarot deck. So it's a waxing moon, right? And right now it's a new moon, so we're gonna go into waxing moon. So that's pretty cool, okay? So I believe in the card, it's the waxing moon that is shown. And the message behind that is that you should be increasing, growing towards fulfillment, growing towards a solution, okay? So hopefully, whatever the situation is, and I feel like this could be personally or when we pull cards, it's personal for our own personal experience, but it's also could be someone else's experience or social life, you know? It could be either one. So these are the New Orleans Voodoo cards. Hopefully I don't mess up some of the pronunciation of this name. So what can we add on to this Two of Swords message? Okay, Grand Voice. Hopefully I said that right, Congo. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the information for this one, but I'm looking at it right now, and it's trees, it's at night, there's a snake on a branch. Congo is at the top in the number 10. So the meaning and the message that Spirit is trying to get. Now the roots I had to look this one up, okay? So the roots are not underground, right? So it means a chance for rebirth, right? Meaning that there is a need to restart again, like reincarnation, because this card can also mean physical death. The interpretation of this is emotional happiness for this card, okay? A completion, a transformation. It could also mean bliss, right? And this card can also be interpreted as physical death. Now with the roots being not fully in the ground, they're out of the ground. They're easy to be uprooted. So it means rebirth or reincarnation, okay? So whatever this two message is, it's going to be a battle, maybe. That's what I'm thinking, okay? For this type of change, all right? And there's 7 trees in here, and 7 being a sacred number, okay? 7 can also mean that there's more knowledge, there's more wisdom that is needed. But, I always like to think that history provides all of the answers that we really need. It's there, there's nothing new under the sun. Certain things should not surprise us, right? So looking into the meaning of 7, I'll get into that later. So I want to get into more of the interpretation. The lack of leaves can also indicate an opportunity to regrow, to regenerate, another interpretation of reincarnation. And the branches are reaching towards water and spirit, welcoming the connection of it. So that water coming down, okay? So that is one meaning. So Grand Voice, I'm probably saying it wrong, so you know, forgive me on that, okay? And I'm probably saying Iwa wrong, IWA, but it's a sacred forest. It's a spirit, a sacred forest and protector of wild animals, okay? And it's a master of the sacred forest of the islands below the waters is what the definition is saying, where it calls home. So this is basically where you renew yourself. It's like a travel from similar to heaven, where the newly dead go, okay? And it's like that in between. There's another word that represents that in between space, okay? And that recently popped up for me the other day. So if you want to comment more on this card, feel free to do that. But it is definitely a need for us to really look at where we are right now and what we can change about our situation. What we really need to look at the situation of the Two of Swords, if you connect to this, and see how you can be reborn in a sense, right? How you can really look at the bigger picture in a more spiritual way. And that can be very healing for you. So another meaning that I love, because I noticed the red snake on the branch here, okay? Dambala, the creator, okay? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. The red snake represents Dambala, the creator. And the water is pouring down upon the leafless trees, okay? So there is that essence of water, that element of water rather, that represents rebirth, okay? And the spirits are dancing in the water, and the grass underneath the tree, it's not green, but it's not dead either. So it's in that in between. So I feel like we are in this in between. Like when we die, we go to this in between place that people say, you know, and it's our transformation where we before we either go to where we choose to go or get reincarnated, right? So all of the spiritual beliefs had reincarnation in it. Some of them take it out, just so you know, if you didn't know. But we're in this in-between stage right now. I feel like this is what it's saying. We're in this in-between stage, and we need to really evaluate and look at where we are and why we are here, okay? And it can also symbolize the Ten of Cups too, right? So, and the Ten of Cups represents completion, okay? The Ten of Cups is our emotions, happiness, and alignment. So in this transition, there could be a release from the suffering we were in, the pain that we were in, right? Whether that the person that passed away or the person that is still alive right now. So we both get freed in a way, especially if a person was suffering while they were alive, or there was an issue that was causing suffering, right? So the ancestors are saying that, hey, you know, Dambala is there, you know, and Grand Voice is there as well in this transition. So hopefully I pronounce all these right, and I'll have to make time and play more with these cards again on a more consistent basis. But I hope you guys enjoy that. I love this card deck. It's really beautiful. So that's the reading for the new moon in Capricorn. Remembering that the energy of this Capricorn moon, I'm going to be talking about it in the astrology video and focusing on the highest number of degrees in the chart, okay? So I will see you guys. Please click like. I hope that you connect with this reading. I actually really like the format that I set up, and I hope that you guys like it as well. Happy new moon in Capricorn.